In the last video, students, we have read the full chapter Uncle Podger Hangs a Picture. Now let's discuss the question and answers. So what did Uncle Podger decide to do when the picture arrived? So he decided to what? Yes, you are right, hang the picture on the wall when it arrived. What preparations would he make before starting his job? So what he will say? Yeah, you come to this side, this page, you see, and then he would take off his coat and begin. So first you will write, he will take off his coat and begin. Then he will send the girl for out for sixpence worth of nails and send one of the boys after her to tell her what size to get. So this was the starting point. Now let's see what is the next question. What were the tasks given to the various members of the family? So again here Will be ordered to get the hammer, Tom would be ordered to bring the ruler, and from this paragraph you will write like that. Okay, then describe how Uncle Podger managed to cut his finger. So when, again you have to see this paragraph. So when he would try to lift the picture would he would drop the picture and it came out of the frame. So he tried to save the glass and cut the finger in this process. See, in the first 3 lines itself it is written. So you will make the answer in your own words and write. Then, do you think Uncle Podger does not give any credit to his helpers? Examples from the test. So no, he does not give. So here anywhere Uncle Podger always takes the credit himself. He never gives credit to anyone. So what you will write? You will write no, he doesn't give any credit to his helpers. So he only blames. So if you will see the paragraphs, everywhere Uncle Podger is blaming. See? And see this paragraph, doesn't anybody in the whole house know where my coat is? So he's always blaming. And here again, when he dropped the nail, he will say there in an injured tone. Why he is using an injured tone? So that it reflects that the fault is not his, somebody else's. So everywhere he is blaming only. So he is not giving any credit. Again, the next question is, what comments did Aunt Maria make during the whole activity? So during the whole activity, what she is, see, she observed that next time. So from here you can write, there is one comment she has made, and here Aunt Maria would say that she won't allow the children to stand around. So these 2 comments she has made. So you have to write the answer in 5 lines. So don't make it such a long answer. Write short answer and include the comment, the main point only what she has said. Okay, like that you will write. Then 7 number question. How long did it take Uncle Podger to hang the picture? So it is clearly written that by midnight. See, about midnight. So he began in the morning and it took up to midnight. The picture would be on the wall. Then again, what Aunt Maria would comment, same thing. Next, see, that she could go and spend a week with her mother. So same answer will be there. Okay, about Aunt Maria's comment. And you have to write that Uncle Podger started the work in the morning and at midnight the picture was up at the wall. Then what would Uncle Podger say at the end? So see here, he only surveyed the mess with an evident pride and said why some people would have a man to do a thing like that. So only the picture was hung very crookedly, and you can see he has destroyed the entire wall in this process, but he was very proud of his work. And what he did, he stepped off the chair and declared that some people would have hired a man to do a little thing like this. So he took the full comment at the end, and he with pride he is declaring. Okay, so Then you see first one, B number question. And don't you go, Maria, because I shall want somebody to hold me light. And when the girl comes back, she must go out again for a bit of picture card. Then who is saying these words? So obviously this is from the first page, second paragraph. Okay, see here. So from second and third paragraph, it is evident that only Uncle Podger is saying from here. And then he took off his coat and he would send the girl. So he is doing the action obviously. So second paragraph clearly states that all the action are done by Uncle Podger. Sorry, not Aunt Podger, Uncle Podger. So speaker of this line would be definitely Uncle Podger. Then what is this person is about to do? He is about to hang a picture on the wall. What are the things needed by this person to do the job? Again in the second and the third paragraph it is written. Where has the girl gone? The girl has gone to what? Yes, you are right. She has gone out for 6 pence worth of nails. So like this you need to write. Then second one, there he would say in an injured tone, now the nail is gone. So here it is, the last line of page number 29. Then again, what are the things already dropped or misplaced by Uncle Podger? So he has already dropped the picture and the glass has been broken. Okay, the picture came out of the picture frame. Then the hammer was misplaced and what happened? The nail. Then who are the people helping him? Aunt Maria, Tom, Jim. You just find out the names and you write from there. Okay, and the charwoman is helping. Maria, Tom, Jim, Aunt Maria, Tom, Jim. See, here it is written. Will and charwoman is helping him. Okay, so you will write. And then what injury he has already done to himself? So he cut his finger while from the broken glass while trying to save the glass of the picture frame. Why does he speak in an injured tone? This injured tone here you see. Now Uncle Podger never gave credit to anybody and never took any responsibility of the damage or whatever mess he has made. So he always blamed others. So here also injured tone again refers to the tone because he is putting blame on somebody else because of whose fault or you can say by whose fault that nail was dropped. Okay, so he is not taking the responsibility that I dropped the nail by mistake. He is telling that it was somebody else's fault. Now you see, at last Uncle Podger would get the spot fixed again and put the point of the nail on it with his left hand and take the hammer in his right hand. Which spot is the narrator talking about? So the narrator is talking about the spot obviously on which the nail is going to be hammered. Then what difficulties the people face? So the answer will be from here. You have to make your own answers. Okay. Here you can see. The first two paragraphs clearly states that they are having trouble. Okay. So they would calculate and measure the exact spot and each one will come to a different calculation and argument will be there. So the measurement has to be taken again. You see, the second paragraph completely it is written. Then what happens after he takes the hammer on his right hand? He smashes his left thumb. What does Aunt Maria say at this point? Then she would mildly observe the next time Uncle Podger was going to hammer a nail into the wall. She hoped he would let her know in time so that she could make arrangements to go and spend a week with her mother while it was being done. That is the only comment. Then come to question number C. These are the words used to describe Uncle Podger. Now here question number G also is written the question, what kind of person was Uncle Podger? Attempt a character sketch. You can easily use these words to describe Uncle Podger. So you take 1 or 2 lines of instances from the text and you tell the reason why you have used this word. And in this way, whatever paragraph you are getting, just arrange the paragraph so that you can write the character sketch of Uncle Podger in about 6 to 8 lines. Okay, not more than that. Or you can make it 10 to 12 lines, no problem. Then match the words with their meanings. Now, you know that I haven't given you any extra word meanings in that. Yet I have told you that I will give you the word meanings. So, word meanings are here only. So, you can see the word meanings I have pointed out, and some meanings are written in the book itself. See, and some more I will give you during revision. So, you need to see and do. Okay. So, here answer is given. You see, commotion, it's sudden noisy confusion. Then like this you will do. Here in the question number D, so commotion means sudden noisy confusion, gradually means slowly, spring means sudden jump, hinder means make it difficult for someone to do something, charwoman is the, what you can say, maid servant or the woman whose job is to clean the house, gapping means staring somebody with open mouth, sneer means mock. Okay, so then again combine, the conjunctions are given in the bracket, so you need to combine and write. Like Uncle Podger decided to hang the picture when the picture came at home, or you can write when the picture came at home, Uncle Podger decided to hang the picture or hang it. Okay, like this you can write. So we have to use a conjunction here, so you can do either ways, whatever you feel, and you make it into your fair copy. Then come to question number F. See, use suitable prepositions from the box in these statements. So here Uncle Podger took off his coat, he sent the girl for the nails, Tom was told to hand the picture to Uncle Podger, he was sitting on the coat, he looked for his handkerchief, the others had to tie up the finger which was cut, the others stood in a circle and watched him walk. Now question number G, you need to do these answers by yourself. Do you think narrator does not think much of Uncle Podger's intelligence? So give reasons. So if you are writing yes, then you find the instances and support your answer. So the narrator has used many words to describe Uncle Podger. So somewhere he has written also. So you find out and write the answer in not more than 5 lines. Then imagine you have already met somebody like Uncle Podger's. Write a diary entry. So diary entry, writing a diary entry is very easy. You need to write the date and the day, and you will start writing like dear diary, I have met a interesting person like Uncle Podger. Like this you will start, or you can take your creativity and write a short diary page. Okay, 2 paragraphs only.